In this short demonstration, I'm going to show how you can use Oracle Autonomous Database to create sample data using artificial intelligence. Now, the first thing that we'll do within this demonstration is log into database actions within our Autonomous Database. Once we've done that, we select Data Load. We then select Load Data, and from here, we're able to create an AI source to create the sample data from. So if I select AI source and go into settings, select AI profile, and then select create profile, I'll give my profile a name of OCI Gen AI. I then need to provide it with some credentials to connect to the OCI Gen AI endpoint, and I'll do that by selecting the plus button here, giving my credentials a name, in this case OCI Gen AI, selecting to use the OCI infrastructure signing keys. Now these keys can be obtained, and I will provide a link within the description that includes step-by-step guidance on how you can obtain these for your specific user within your tenancy. This essentially requires 4 specific pieces of information: the OCID of the user making the connection, the OCID of the tenancy you're connecting to, the private key, and also the fingerprint of the key too. Now, once we've put this information in, we can then select Create Credential. So we've essentially got the credentials to connect to the endpoint. We then need to select the AI model that we want to use. In this case, I'll choose Cohere rather than Llama. I'll then create the AI profile. Now, once a profile has been created, we can select the profile and then select Check AI Access to validate that it's able to connect to the endpoint successfully. One key thing to point out is that your tenancy will need to be subscribed to the Chicago region in order for this to work. As this is an experimental feature, this may change in the future. We can then proceed to generate some dummy data. In this specific case, I've asked it to create a list of fictitious companies and return fields that include the company name, total number of employees, and the revenue for 2023. So it'll go off to the LLM, create that data, and return it in JSON. Now I have the data returned, I can then go into the settings box, choose the name of the table to load the data to, choose the specific columns to include. I can then hit Start Data Load to load that data into my Autonomous Database. Now, after a few seconds, that data should be imported into the database, and I can then run a SQL query against a table that was created to validate that the data is present. So here I'm just running a basic select star from against the table that we just created called company name. I'll execute that, and as we can now see, it's returned that data. So hopefully you'll find this useful as a nice, quick, easy way to use the inbuilt capabilities within Autonomous Database to rapidly create sample data that you can use for demonstrations and practicing. Thank you so much for watching.